Hi, I'm Dr. Joan Fitzpatrick. I'm a Senior Lecturer in English here at Loughborough University, and today we're at the Holywell Fitness Centre to show you some 16th century exercises from Thomas Eliot's Castle of Health. The first exercise was delving, especially in tough or heavy clay soil, and by delving he meant digging. Other exercises include bearing or sustaining of heavy burdens, in essence carrying something heavy, climbing or walking against a steep upright hill, holding a rope and climbing up thereby, hanging by the hands on anything above a man's reach that his feet touch not the ground. Another strong or violent exercise was wrestling, and this was suitable for strong young men or men apt to the wars. And wrestling was most violent as an exercise for the weaker of the two men. And the first exercise recommended for these types of characters would be running, playing with weapons, tennis or throwing of the ball, trotting a space of ground forward and backward, going on the toes and holding up the hands. And finally, he recommends stirring up and down his arms without plummets, which means simply moving the arms up and down without using weights. Exercises in this category include dancing of the galliards. This was a very energetic and rather tricky 16th century dance, and it contained a rather risque move which involved the gentleman holding the lady and lifting her up and resting her thigh, or perhaps her bottom, on his thigh. But it took a lot of effort to perfect this dance. The next exercise was throwing of the ball and running after it, football play, throwing of the long dart, and the continuing it many times. A long dart is similar to a spear or javelin. Running in harness and other like, which involves wearing a resistance harness that's held by the partner and trying to pull against it, in much the same manner as a dog might pull on a leash. These exercises included going on a long walk or going on a tourney, and a tourney was combat exercises on horseback. And these exercises would be suitable for any personality type, especially those who couldn't quite manage the more strenuous exercises. So for the legs, arms and shoulders, he recommended stretches and the use of weights, as well as playing with weapons such as spears or pikes. He also advised on exercises for the chest and lung, and these included moving of the breath in singing or crying and loud reading, all of which were thought to expel excess humours. Another exercise was for the intestines, and this included blowing into instruments which do require much wind, such as the sackbut, an early form of trombone. I'm no athlete or personal trainer, but I can see that these exercises would be relevant to an athlete today. Some might not be, such as combat exercises on horseback. So this new year, after all that Christmas excess, you might decide that you would quite like to get fit, and you might opt for some 16th century exercises, perhaps delving in some heavy clay, doing a bit of gardening, or you might even decide to take up wrestling.